Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring tools and resources to help us through our journey. The podcast is divided into 3 sections. First is a reading. Second is a discussion of the reading followed by a journal prompt. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys, from whenever and wherever you're joining us. Let me close this window because there's going to be so much noise. So thanks again for being here for a day of reparenting, taking time out for yourself to join the community and the other people so we all know that we're not alone in this challenging but fruitful but chaotic journey of reparenting ourselves and finding out what the fuck is going on. So today we're going to start from a new book. It's called Atomic Habits: Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results by James Clear. Truly one of the most amazing books on habit formation that I have ever read. Establishing routines. I've read this twice personally, and it's something that I discuss regularly with one of my best friends and also accountability partners. And so this book is very, very important for me. I truly believe that this book has a lot to offer, and I hope that you'll check it out because it's been a great help for me. And so today we're going to start off at chapter 3, How to Build Better Habits in 4 Simple Steps. In 1989, a psychologist named Edward Thorndike conducted an experiment that would lay the foundation of our understanding of how habits form and the rules that guide our own behavior. Thorndike was interested in studying the behavior of animals, and he started by working with cats. He would place each cat inside a device known as a puzzle box. The box was designed so that the cat could escape through the door by some simple act, such as pulling at a loop cord, pressing a lever, or stepping on a platform. For example, one box contained a lever that, when pressed, would open a door on the side of the box. Once the door had been opened, the cat could dart out and run over to a bowl of food. Most cats wanted to escape as soon as they were placed inside the box. They would poke their nose into the corners, stick their paws through the opening, and claw at loose objects. After a few minutes of exploration, the cats would happen to press the magical lever, and the door would open, and they would escape. Thorndike tracked the behavior of each cat across many trials. In the beginning, the animals moved around the box at random, but as soon as the lever had been pressed and the door opened, the process of learning began. Gradually, each cat learns to associate the action of pressing the lever with the reward of escaping the box and getting to the food. After 20 to 30 trials, this behavior became so automatic and habitual that the cat could escape within a few seconds. For example, Thorndike noted, Cat 12 took the following times to perform the act: 160 seconds, 30 seconds, 90, 60, 15, 18, 20, 30, 22, 11, and so on. During the first 3 trials, the cat escaped in an average of 1.5 minutes. During the last 3 trials, it escaped in an average of 6.3 seconds. With practice, each cat made fewer errors, and their actions became quicker and more automatic. Rather than repeat the same mistakes, the cat began to cut straight to the solution. From his studies, Thorndike described the learning process by stating behavior followed by satisfying consequences tends to be repeated, and those that produce unpleasant consequences are less likely to be repeated. His work provides the perfect starting point for discussing how habits form in our lives. It also provides answers to some fundamental questions like, what are habits? And why does the brain bother with them at all? Why your brain builds habits. A habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. The process of habit formation begins with a trial and error. Whenever you encounter a new situation in life, your brain has to make a decision. How do I respond to this? The first time you come across a problem, you're not sure how to solve it. Like Thorndike's cat experiment, you're just trying to see out what works. Neurologically, activity in the brain is high during this period. You are carefully analyzing the situation and making conscious decisions about how to act. You're taking in tons of new information and trying to make sense of it all. The brain is busy learning the most effective course of action. Occasionally, like a cat pressing on a lever, you stumble across a solution. You're feeling anxious, and you discover that going for a run calms you down. You're mentally exhausted from days of work, and you learn that playing video games relaxes you. You're exploring, and then bam, a reward. After you stumble upon an unexpected reward, you alter your strategy for the next time. Your brain immediately begins to catalog the events that preceded the reward. Wait a minute, that felt good. What did I do right before that? This is the feedback loop behind all human behavior. Try, fail, learn, try differently. With practice, the useless movements fade away and the useful actions get reinforced. That's habit forming. Whenever you face a problem repeatedly, your brain begins to automate the process of solving it. Your habits are just series of automatic solutions that solve the problems and stresses you face regularly. As a behavioral scientist, John Herrera writes, habits are simply reliable solutions to recurring problems in our environments. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back. This is another really good reading. The beginning, setting habits. I really like the last sentence by the behavioral scientist Jason Frere. Habits are simply reliable solutions to recurring problems in our environment. Habits are so critical in their ability to help us establish a routine, which allows us to establish consistent action towards our goals. Now, as someone who was previously over 320 pounds, someone who hated going to the gym, I can tell you that any habit can be changed. I hated the idea of going to the gym. I hated the idea of wasting my time, half of my life, what I would think in the gym. And I thought that people who did that were foolish. And I was out of weight and fat. But over time, I somehow became addicted to the gym. I changed that. I flipped my addiction. I flipped my habit from habitually hating the gym to eventually habitually loving the gym. Now, this is not something that was a snap overnight process. It took time to build up. It took time for me to learn to see value in the gym, to feel and internalize the value. But I assure you, anything can be done. With as much as I hated the gym, truly, I hated the gym. And now I had to force myself not to go. So any habit you want can be established. That's certain. It's just a matter of effort. And so today, let's take some time to reflect on what habits you have in your life that are bringing you in the direction that you want to go. What is the last habit that you consciously took some time to establish for yourself in the reparenting journey as you try to remother and refather yourself? from a more respectful, fun-loving, and attentive manner. Perhaps your new habit is getting to bed on time every night, or having breakfast every morning, or a certain kind of breakfast, or following your daily reparenting routine at a certain time. That's it for today. Just reflect on your habits, the positive habits. Reflect on what other positive habits you can add to your life to address some of the outstanding problems. Thanks again for being here, as always. Take care of yourself and be well. And now, let us move on to the final section, the meditation. This is an unguided meditation. I will simply provide some music and you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting down, standing, as you like, wherever you are most comfortable. Thank you for being here and enjoy the meditation.